Hello everybody, let's get into it. Let's get right into it. I don't have a lot of time. This is not going to be a long stream. I'm going out of town here in a bit, so not a long stream. I know I promised a video too. That's just it needs to be perfect, and it's not perfect. This is my problem whenever I go on big ambitious videos, is that I'm too much of a perfectionist at times. Too much of a perfectionist. That's the best thing to say, by the way. Let me give you guys a quick heads up. If you're interviewing for a job and they ask you what your biggest weakness is, just say, I'm too much of a perfectionist. Works every time. Works like a fucking charm. Let me tweet out that I'm live. Does anybody have any, no, I mean, we'll still stream for like an hour and a half, but it's not going to be like a 2.5 hour stream. Does anybody have a Jarris Walker Mavericks jersey Photoshop? I need to tweet out that I'm live. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over this game right here really quickly, and then I guess you guys really love the FanSPO trades, huh? We'll like take a quick little peek at some of the FanSPO trades, and then we're going to, as a community, do my very, very rough big board. I've only really looked at 19 guys. But I am in the process of looking at more. By the way, Frank Vogel, a guy who I really wanted to be the Mavericks lead assistant, the head coach of the Phoenix Suns. That's a nice get for them, honestly. I thought Frank Vogel was very overhated with the Lakers. Like, I thought that he was a good coach. Really excited at the idea of him being the lead assistant for the Mavericks. But this is interesting because it seems like, oh God, what's that guy's name? Something Young. Not Nick Young, obviously, but the assistant coach's name, like everybody was saying it's going to be him. It's going to be him. So shout out to Frank Vogel. Nice get for the Suns. Live right now. Boom. Nuggets. Take care of business. Jokic better than Dirk already? What? Looking at terrible FanSPO trades again. And my Dallas Mavericks. My very rough Dallas Mavericks. Yeah, Kevin Young. That was his name. Yeah, Bill Simmons guaranteed it. But in Bill Simmons' defense, there was a lot of Phoenix people I saw on the timeline that were saying the exact same thing. In his defense, my very rough Dallas Mavericks draft big board. Get the heck in here. Get the heck in here. Is it a downgrade? I'm not so sure. I need to find a picture really quickly. Guys, this video that I'm working on, I'm hoping will be done by Tuesday. It will be done by Tuesday. Hopefully. I need to stop guaranteeing videos. I need to stop guaranteeing video dates. But it should be done by Tuesday. I'm hoping this could be a big enough push to get us to 10,000 right then and there. Because I'm going to call in some favors to promote that fucking video. Let me tell you. I got a couple people who owe me some favors. No, I'm just kidding. You like the stream if you haven't already. I'm looking for a picture to tweet out that we're live, and then we're going to get into it. So the Suns get Vogel. It's a nice get for them. This game right here. Nuggets and Heat. I don't think it was necessarily as close as the 11-point game might indicate. You know, it sort of felt as if the Nuggets kind of dominated this game, and the Heat, to their credit, they went on some like pretty admirable runs. Like, it looked in the first half like this series was going to be a guaranteed sweep. And I picked Nuggets in 5. That was my pick. I could definitely see a sweep. I could most certainly see a sweep at this point. I've seen a lot of Heat fans say, hey, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. We were just missing a lot of shots. And that is true. I don't think the Nuggets defense, even though they held the Heat to 93 points, it wasn't as good as that might indicate. Like, the Heat missed a lot of wide open threes. But the problem is the Heat also, or the Nuggets shot like dog shit. And they will not shoot like dog shit all series long. So, sure, you could say our jump shooting is going to get better, but so will Denver's. Michael Porter Jr. shot 2 of 11 from 3. That's not really going to happen. That's not going to happen. You can't rely on that. Jokic, God, Jokic is fucking stupid, man. 27, 10, and 14, only 2 turnovers. And it almost felt like he was sleepwalking. Did any of you guys feel the same? It almost felt like he was sleepwalking at times through the game. And he still put up that absurd stat line. C- game from Jokic? No, I don't think it was a C- game. What up, Minji? I don't think it was a C- game. I think it was a very, very good game. I saw a 3-team trade. LA gets Kyrie, Horford, and Gallinari. Lakers. Mavs get Jaylen Brown, and Celtics get AD and D'Lo. What the fuck? Is that even possible? 3-team sign and trades feel hard. Mavs get Mavs. Yeah, I mean, I would do that if I were Dallas. So the Celtics are losing Jaylen Brown and getting AD and D'Lo. And the Lakers are losing AD and getting Kyrie, Horford, and Gallinari. Yes, on FanSPO. Man, I love FanSPO. Let's get into FanSPO right now. Anyways, I thought the Nuggets played well. Jokic dominated this game, and it didn't really feel like he was dominating the game, but that's just how he is. It felt like Jamal Murray was going to have a monster game at first. Aaron Gordon, I thought, played really well too. I don't know. I don't think the Heat have it. I don't. Hero's going to play next game is what it sounds like, which is interesting. Like, Strus went 0 of 10, so maybe Strus's time is up, but oh man, I open up FanSPO and we're already off to a banger. FanSPO, Jesus. Tyler Hero was definitely not going to go 0 of 10. So you got to give him that. I give the Heat some credit, man. They were fighting back. They made some interesting pushes here and there. You got to give them some props. Luka and Jokic on the same team would never be fair. I'm still of the belief that would be a strange fit. You not streaming the finals is weird, but still love the day streams. Well, I couldn't have streamed last night anyways. I was thinking about maybe getting back into streaming the games. We'll see. I should be back on Sunday in time. To stream, but I don't know the condition I will be in is the problem. I doubt Luka would fit that well with Jokic. Yeah, it would be a strange fit. All right, so here we go. We're not gonna spend too much time on FanSPO, okay? But I didn't realize you guys enjoyed the FanSPO browsing as much as you do. So we will look at it. Bruce Brown is punching Hero's hands every time down the court. Yeah. The Nuggets are just too good. Like, they're too good for the Heat. The Heat had a great run. I don't want to necessarily count them out yet. Funny enough, they have been the road team in every single series, obviously, that they've played. They've won the first game of every series they've been in. Just another testament to their absolute insane run they're on. Except this one. And the Nuggets are such a good home team. The Heat have to win a game here, obviously. And if they fuck around and lose Sunday night, then they'd have to win 2. And I don't really see it. I'm generally so happy we got the Heat instead of the Celtics. I think the Nuggets would have taken care of whoever. This was an excruciating watch for Celtics fans. Yeah, it's probably not the best to see the Heat all of a sudden stop shooting. But Jimmy's not right. Like, Jimmy has low-key not been right since the first series. Like, it's kind of funny. You hear all the narratives about Jimmy carrying this team, Jimmy carrying this team, Jimmy carrying this team. But he's kind of, ever since hurting his ankle, that was against the Knicks, right? Ever since hurting his ankle, like, he has not really been the same. But he's been great, though. Like, he's controlled the game. But it's not like he straight up put the team on his back. I don't get it. Why are so many Mavs fans wanting Vogel? He's a defense guy. I mean, Vogel would be a great assistant coach. I do want to talk about this really quickly, too. Chris Broussard. So let me just immediately start by saying this, okay? Listen, guys. If the Nuggets win, and this pains me to say, I love Dirk. My favorite player of all time. Probably my favorite athlete ever. What up, Efren? Probably my favorite. These WNBA games are do not miss games. I haven't caught a game yet, but I have heard that it's been a good start to the season. I love Dirk Nowitzki more than anybody in the world. That might not be true, but I love him to death. If Jokic wins this year and gets Finals MVP, I mean, peak-wise, it's kind of hard to argue. Honestly. But if you look at the total career works, like, Dirk's the 6th highest scorer of all time. So we got to throw some respect on him. Chris Broussard said, I'm not throwing any respect on him.
Probably Barkley. I love Barkley. But this dude is leading he's ahead of Garnett if he wins this championship.
You put him ahead of Garnett?
Yes. Probably Barkley. I love Barkley. But this dude is leading a team to a championship. And his numbers are outrageous. He averages a triple-double.
How about Dirk? No.
He's better than Dirk. If he wins this championship, he's definitely better than Dirk.
Hold on.
I think he's just better than Dirk,
right,
period.
but the better than is different than higher on the list.
Dirk's got 1 MVP and 1 championship. He'll have 2 MVPs and 1 championship.
But you're not just to count the rings and the totality.
Nick Wright coming to the Mavericks' defense yet again.
Of the career.
I just think it's
common Nick Wright W.
He's a better rebounder. Dirk wasn't a defender. Dirk scored.
He's
He
the
averaged
sixth
about 8
all-time
rebounds
leading
a game.
scorer in league
Right.
history.
But
Pass there,
still,
obviously.
I mean, if Jokic plays that long, he's going to
right.
pass.
But that's a different. So
Jokic is not going to pass Dirk in scoring. That's fucking insane to say. That is absolutely crazy to say. Sent you the Diablo 4 Ultimate Edition. Are you shitting me? Squiggly? Did that come out today? Is that out right now? Our man Squiggly in the chat. Can we get a round of applause? Can we get some Ralphs in the chat for Squiggly? This man is a legend. Squiggly sent me. Well, I don't know how much you want me to say out loud, Squiggly, but Squiggly, a great man, sent me Diablo 4 out of the kindness of his heart. A code. I got it. Hey, I know some people. Squiggly knows some people. I'm very excited. That might be a Twitch. That might be a Twitch game. Did Squiggly send it to me? We might throw up some Twitch streams of me playing Diablo 4. And it's not going to be good or pretty, but I do love those type of games. But I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I do love them, and I do enjoy playing them. Squiggly's rich. I'm pretty sure my Twitch link is still on the... I'll play Diablo on PC. Again, I don't know how much Squiggly wants me to say, but I'm pretty sure he works. Or something like that.
if he's close to Dirk, so then he's nipping at D Wade's heels.
Well, that's your list.
No, I'm asking
I mean,
you. I'm asking.
Chris Broussard is about to say Dwayne Wade was better than Dirk.
You.
D Wade's got 3 championships, and it was obviously his career was a little shorter than most, but not D Wade. I think Dirk is overrated by a lot of people.
Boo! The only reason why Chris Broussard feels this way is because probably his most memorable moment of his career up until this point was him doing the Mark Cuban's driving around Houston looking for DeAndre Jordan's address. and Cuban shitting all over him. That's why he just hates the Mavericks.
Great, but
I get it.
Put Jokic ahead of Dirk if he wins this championship, without question.
Durant?
You got Dirk ahead of Barkley and Kevin Garnett?
Yes.
Yeah, he wasn't better than
Yes.
him.
Charles Barkley.
Durant, real quick.
Durant? Oh, not yet.
Okay.
But I think when Jokic's career is all said and done, he'll be ahead of Kevin Durant.
Charles Barkley, seriously? Come on. Yeah, I really don't hate Chris Broussard, honestly. I mean, I don't really listen to him. But KD's statement is true. What, that KD's still better all time right now than Jokic? I mean, it's hard to compare guys who have been around longer. I definitely think Jokic can be. I really think Jokic can be a top 10 player of all time when it's all said and done. Don't know if KD will ever get there. No, I'm not saying Jokic over Dirk is a problem. I was just saying I think if Jokic wins this year, like, it's pretty hard to argue their peaks at least. But I was more upset about the Charles Barkley and Dwayne Wade comments. Like, I'm more upset. That was more where I was getting at. What's more impressive about Jokic, that he's probably still got a solid 7-8 prime years left? Yeah, like, his career is still very much... Like, KD is winding down, although he's still amazing. But, like, there's not a lot of time left Where Jokic, if he wanted to, and his game should be an old man game. Like Jokic should be around for a long time. You would like to think. Hopefully, knock on glass. So, I mean, he plays physical. It's not necessarily easy on the body, but he doesn't rely that much on athleticism. So, you know, he should be an old guy, a good old guy player. Yeah, that slow ass game, exactly. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was as egregious as like a lot of Mavs fans are making it out to be, but I was more upset about the Dwayne Wade and Charles Barkley comments. What's this? Oh yeah, I saw this. See, I like Drew, so I'm not gonna shit on him or anything like that. Nikola Jokic is who people think Luka Doncic can be. I don't really see it. I don't really. You're comparing a center to a like a point guard, basically. But I mean, I don't really understand what Drew's trying to say here, because Nikola Jokic is who people think Luka Doncic can be. Yeah, I think people do think Luka Doncic has that ceiling, like the ceiling to impact the game like this. He's got to change his play style and stuff. A lot of that's roster stuff, but yeah, I think Luka most certainly has a Finals MVP ceiling. Like, that's not even crazy to think about. 5 years in the league, 4-time first team all NBA, not all defense. Did you see Nash? Yeah, we literally just talked about the Chris Broussard thing. Drew also said SGA has a higher ceiling than Luka. See, that much I don't agree with. I think SGA is pretty much at his ceiling right now. In terms of a player. But I think when his teams get better, though, like he can be a winning player. He can be a Finals MVP type of player. But I think where he's at right now, where he's like top 10, maybe borderline top 10, around there. And you guys know I love SGA. I just think that's about his ceiling, which is fantastic. Who says no? Oh, here we go. Fucking go. Jesus Christ. Cleveland, Dallas, OKC trade. Oh my God. Jared Allen and Lou Dort come to the Mavericks. Hardaway to the Cavs and 2027 first. McGee and Reggie to the Thunder and the 10th overall pick. You know, I actually don't think the Thunder do this. They don't need any more picks. Like, they do not need any more picks. I would love to have Lou Dort and Jared Allen, but that's a lot. That's a lot to give up. I saw the absolute worst trade proposal I've ever seen for the Mavericks. Like, seriously, was AM Hoops did like a video about the Mavericks, and he had the Mavericks sign and trading. Here, let me just pull up the video. And listen, I used to be like, you know, I don't want to shit on people for I don't want to shit on people for mock trades because they're really hard to do. But after I had to make 10 mock trades to go on Bleacher Report, and by the way, I'll be live on Bleacher Report on Tuesday, 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time again. Monday we'll concoct some fake trades.
Want to give Kyrie Irving a 5-year, but a report came out that Dallas does not want D'Angelo Russell in return. So what could the Mavericks get instead? We will lay out that trade, but why are they so interested in re-signing Kyrie? I mean, after he joined them, they went 5-0. Kyrie.
So this was the first trade. Sign and trade, Kyrie Irving goes to the Lakers. Mavericks get Malik Beasley, Mo Bamba, Jared Vanderbilt, and the 17th overall pick. If you don't, like, if you're losing Kyrie for sure to the Lakers and you're doing a sign and trade, this is really not bad. Like, I would not be that mad at this. Malik Beasley's like whatever to me. Good shooter. You know, it could be like a THJ replacement if you're trading THJ in a separate trade. Bamba, You guys know how I feel about Bamba. I genuinely don't think Bamba's good. So whatever. That's literally a nothing to me. Vanderbilt is a strong, solid rotation player, a regular season guy who has fatal flaws that prevent him from making a real impact in the playoffs. And I don't love those players, but again, like it's something the Mavericks kind of need. Doesn't work salary-wise. That's only $30 million. I guess in this scenario, Kyrie's taking less. So. And then the 17th overall pick, which is the big thing for me. So if you're losing him, I wouldn't mind this, really. I feel like you could probably flip Malik Beasley. You could probably flip Bamba for like a second or something. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't hate it.
But it makes sense for Dallas to
it's better than D'Lo. But then he comes back with this banger, which, holy shit. The Mavericks get OG, right? Okay, cool. They give up Josh Green, Jaden Hardy, JaVale McGee, the 10th, the 17th, and the 2027 first-round pick. So in this scenario, everything is gone. You have lost everything. Like, the Mavericks have zero, like literally zero trade assets after this. You have gone all in on Luka, OG, Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt, and Mo Bamba. That's your fucking team. And Tim Hardaway. This is a bad trade. Bad trade. Yeah, people are overvaluing OG. And I want to add this in too. Whenever you talk about, oh, well, such and such team offered 3 first-round picks. Okay, but if those 3 first-round picks were from a good team, you have to imagine it's like, all right, we're getting like 3 picks that will probably be in the 20s. How valuable is that really? When in a scenario like this, you're getting the 10th overall pick in a pretty good draft, 17th overall pick, which could be a good player, and a future first, and 2 good young established players in Josh Green and Jaden Hardy. That's fucking crazy. That is crazy. Kirk's live stream last night spoke on the future CBA, has me terrified of the Mavs taking on any player making over $20 million annually. Yeah, the CBA stuff is terrifying, for sure. It's a realistic trade because nobody will give Mavs more. See, like, but if this is it, it's like, no. Mavericks don't have to do this. It's just like, no. No thanks.
First. Now, this is obviously speculation. We don't know if OG is actually available, but the rumors are out there. Whatever decent
but by the way,
guys in that realm.
By the way, that wasn't even the worst.
Are like a Naz Reid, everybody's favorite Dylan Brooks, Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, Patrick Beverly for less than 25, or maybe Jeremy Grant if the Mavs get really lucky.
This was if the Mavericks had cap space.
For less than 25.
All of those guys would be fine, honestly.
Or maybe for 10, OJ is a fresh one.
Yep, here we go. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Look at this. Look at this. Kyrie Irving, the 10th overall pick, the 2027 overall pick, 2027 first round pick for DeAndre Ayton. Why the fuck would this happen? If this happened, guys, what I would do to myself, I can't say. I can't say on YouTube because I would get banned from the platform. Like, I can't fathom a world in which AM Hoops is a Sun fan. Is he really? I'd unalive myself in a video game. Yeah. Kyrie is better than Ayton. Why the fuck would we give 2 picks? Yeah, see, Kyrie straight up in a sign and trade for Ayton. I don't even want to do that. Okay, I would actually rather lose Kyrie for nothing, or just say, all right, Phoenix, you want Kyrie, figure out how the fuck you're going to get the cap space. We're not helping you. Because as Cole just mentioned, I'm pretty sure it was Cole. Yeah, as Cole just mentioned, the way the new CBA is lined up, Ayton is not a guy I'm wanting to pay $30 million a year. Like, it's going to restrict you in so many ways moving forward, paying Luka $55 million a year or whatever it is, but he deserves every single penny of that. But Ayton, $30 million a year, no chance. I'm not doing the 10th overall pick straight up for Ayton. Not doing that. I'm not doing a 2027 first overall first round pick for Ayton. I'm not doing that either. I'm out. I'm out on the Ayton. I am out. I am out on dominating. I don't even, there's not even a trade package that makes sense to me for him. Beyond what he could provide for the Mavericks, beyond, oh, well, I'd rather get that than Kyrie leaving for nothing. You have to look at the future of the league, the way that the direction things are headed with the CBA. Paying a guy like Ayton $30 million a year is fucking gross. It is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And you know what? If push came to shove and the sign and trade was Kyrie for Ayton, which would have to mean Kyrie's taking a substantial pay cut, which I just don't really see happening. But if that were to happen, I would be disgusted, but okay. Adding any picks is a complete and total joke. A complete and total joke. Kyrie, the 10th overall pick in 2027 for DeAndre Ayton. That is crazy. Why do people think sign and trades work like this? Why would the Suns have this much leverage in a sign and trade? They would have no leverage at all. It would be like Ayton and a pick coming back to the Mavericks. That's what it would be like. Because the Mavericks in this scenario are helping the Suns get Kyrie. First and foremost, right? Like, Kyrie's just better than Ayton. And despite all of his baggage, I think a better asset straight up than Ayton. But secondly, the Mavericks and Suns are rivals. The Mavericks are going to try to be competitive in the Western Conference. The Suns are in the Western Conference. I'm not directly helping you by letting you, hey, we'll take your dog shit contract off your hands for Kyrie Irving. And on top of that, we'll give you 2 fucking picks. Horrible. People think sign and trades work like this. They really don't. Go back and look. In recent history, you could actually get a decent amount in sign and trades. Why? Because the team losing the player has leverage. The reason why sign and trades happen is because teams can't afford the player they're signing. So there is leverage to be had. You might not be able to fleece somebody, but you can get something in return. Isaiah Stewart. You guys know Isaiah Stewart? Beef stew. Good player, right? Good player, beef stew. You want to know how the Pistons got him? Guess. Guess how the Pistons got him. Anyone know? Christian Wood sign and trade. Got a player like beef stew, which was like, I think the 17th overall pick or something like that. It happens. Ayton potentially top 10 center in the league, though. Listen, that's not a high bar. All right. You guys in the chat before have called me a bigot. Okay. Because I dislike bigs in the NBA. Once you get past the elite centers, there's not a lot of separation. There's not a lot of separation there. Once you get past the elite cream of the crop centers. So, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Jokic is obviously in a league of his own. Not just like this postseason run. Jokic, it's kind of crazy. Jokic has separated himself from every player in the league. Like, it's not even debatable really anymore. Dalton proposed a trade involving Tim for Jalen Duren. Oh, I mean, yeah, I would do that, but there's no reason the Pistons would do that. No reason whatsoever. Isn't Ayton still a top 5 defensive center statistically? I mean, maybe. I'm telling you, like, my eye test, I don't want him. But I struggle to imagine that being true. It depends on what defensive metrics you're talking about. What if Luka infects Ayton with that dog? Hey man, if Ayton didn't get infected with that dog after playing with D-Book, it's not gonna happen. My dad has never watched the Nuggets. Couldn't believe how easily Jokic got whatever he wanted. That's what I've been saying. Like, the league is stupid if they're not just hyping the shit out of Jokic. I only saw this part. Was the rest of this video really that bad?
gets in trouble all the time, gets hurt all the time, will eventually be the worst contract in the NBA. So why not sign him to a 3-year
Disagree with that.
contract? Because Kyrie could say, no. Multiple teams will sign and trade for me, or I could go to one of these teams with cap space. Give me the 5-year max. Those teams with cap space are the Rockets, the Spurs, the Jazz, the Magic, the Hornet, the Thunder, or the Pistons.
Not a single one of those teams is signing Kyrie.
None of those look realistic except maybe the Houston Rockets if they miss
Maybe.
out on like a Jaylen Brown or
Highly
James
doubt it.
Harden. So I do
Highly
think
doubt it.
we're going to hear rumors about, Kyrie really likes what they're doing in Houston. But his number one choice.
There's nothing more powerful than
Really
you
highly doubt that.
making your thing happen. Really.
Harden is going to Houston.
He went
I'm telling you, Harden is going to Houston. That's happening.
to multiple Laker playoff games. But a report came out that Dallas does not want D'Angelo Russell in return. So what could the Mavericks get instead? We will lay out that trade, but why are they so interested in re-signing Kyrie? I mean, after he joined them, they went 5-11 with
Oh,
Kyrie
God, here we
and
go.
Luka. They were trying to win games, but lost to the Hornets back-to-back. Then, with the 10 seed still available, they chose to tank to keep their pick. Oh, but it's impossible to win from the play-in. Have you heard of the Miami Heat? That really shows the difference in
I said I wasn't going to do this. I said I was not going to do this anymore. If I said I was not going to talk about this subject anymore. God, do they know? Do they know? Do they know that they wouldn't have made it? Do they know they wouldn't have made it? Do they know that they wouldn't have made it? Do they know that they wouldn't have made it? Do they? They don't. They puff their fucking chests out. I'm not even talking about AM Hoops anymore. I'm mainly talking about hardware paroxysm on Twitter, a.k.a. Matt Moore and Nate Jones recently. Well, they should have tried. Why? Everyone knew they weren't going to make it, which is why they fucking tanked. Everyone knew. And by the way, the Heat, yeah, they weren't great in the regular season. If the playoffs, if there was no play-in, they would have been the 7 seed comfortably. Like, it wasn't the Mavericks who were the 10 seed. The Mavericks, a losing record, the 10 seed, versus the Heat, what were they, like 5 games above 500? 7 seed? They would have been like the 5 seed in the West. Okay? Please stop this. Please. Like, they're not comparable, man. The Mavericks sucked dick. They were fucking terrible. Okay?
culture from like the Heat and Dallas. One is a winning mentality and the other is losing. So the NBA was so mad that Dallas did this, they fined them $750,000 because other teams tank, but the Mavs straight up were like, oh, the play-in? That's cute, but no thanks. Now, the plan did work for them because they were able to keep...
Fuck you. Adam Silver, fuck you. You doing that is responsible for this.
Their first round pick at 10 overall, and we're going to go over who they should draft, but this team has so many issues. I mean, look at how bad their defense was. 25th overall on D, 30th in rebound percentage, 24th opponent field goal percentage, which means you get easy shots at the rim against Dallas and they can't get a rebound.
But wait. But why didn't they try to make the play-in, though? But wait, why didn't they try to make the play-in, though? Yeah, exactly. Look how dog shit this team is. Why didn't they try to make the play-in? But someone explain it to me.
That was after they tried to fix that issue, signing Christian Wood and JaVale McGee.
Oh yeah, Christian Wood. We all knew. Go back and look at my fucking... Oh, God, the Christian Wood trade. I was so right. Very rarely do I beat my chest and toot my own horn, but God, I was so right about Christian Wood. It's unbelievable how right I was about him. Unbelievable.
So dumb. dumb, but honestly, it's a pattern with Mark Cuban as owner. For some reason, no good free agents want to sign there.
Hey.
This is a list of guys who they tried to get.
I'm all good. I'm all good with the shitting all over the map, all over Mark Cuban. So I'm not gonna say anything here. Free agent failure. Look at these names. Darren Williams is a big one. Dwight Howard was a big one too. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really remember the Mavericks making a big push for Chris Paul. The LeBron one. I mean, come on. That's not really fair. Every team should have gone after LeBron. Melo to the Mavs. I do remember that. Melo to the Mavs. DeAndre Jordan was the most embarrassing one. Kawhi, really? Like, that's not... I wouldn't call that a failure. You had no chance to get Kawhi, but you might as well try. You should put Danny Green here instead of Kawhi. You guys remember that? You guys remember the Danny Green one? Kyle Lowry. That one was bad, too. Jalen Brunson. Yeah, that one was a fuck up.
But failed. And I am sorry you have to relive this, Mavs fans, but you guys remember each and every one of these players. Everyone tells us Dallas is a great city, no state tax, Cuban treats the players well, but for some reason, no one actually goes there. I mean, even Houston gets free agents like prime Dwight Howard. What is going on? I think it is an open secret. Dallas is dysfunctional. There was the shadow GM that Cuban hired who was actually a
Yeah, that's true. Most of those free agents were bullets dodged. And, like, Darren Williams, you had an actual chance. That would have been a bad contract. Dwight Howard, you had an actual chance. That would have been a bad contract. I don't remember the Chris Paul one. LeBron, you had no real chance. Melo, I don't think you had any real chance. DeAndre Jordan would have been a bad contract. Kawhi, I don't even remember that. Kyle Lowry, that would have been a bad contract. Brunson, well,
Kyrie anymore. They were happy with the current roster. You know, LeBron, AD.
Yeah, honestly, he's right. He's right. He was right about all that.
Austin Reeves. But then they got swept in the playoffs by the Nuggets. Maybe this team isn't as close as they look. Maybe a big change is what they need. Meanwhile, Kyrie's showing up to Laker games, hugging LeBron. We already know LeBron wants Kyrie, but the GM already forced them to trade for Russell Westbrook, and we know how that turned out.
All right, we've already seen the rest of this video. The mock trades were terrible. Mock trades were terrible. But by the way, I'm just telling you guys, this is how everybody outside of like Mavs fandom views the Mavericks right now. They're a joke for tanking, even though it made the most sense. And yeah, they're fucked. Like that's the common viewpoint for the Mavericks. So, all right, let's we'll look at FanSPO. We'll look at some FanSPO trades for like the next 10 or 15 minutes, and then we're gonna go into the slightly big board. I don't want to shit on AM Hoops too bad. Like, I enjoy some of his videos. I don't like, he wasn't even necessarily wrong on a lot of that stuff, but LeBron and Kyrie hugging and kissing at All-Star game and Luka looking at him in the background. Yeah. Cleveland, Dallas, OKC trade. All right. I immediately. Oh, wait. We already looked at this one. Who says no? Who fucking says no? Who says no, I wonder? Wow. Warriors say fuck no? Absolutely no way the Warriors, a sane Warriors fan would say no to this. No way. I would rather have nothing than what the hell is this? Joe Harris straight up for Davis Bertans? What is the point of this trade? Yeah, why would the Nets do that unless they think like Bertans can actually play for them? This is a hilarious trade. Two terrible contracts for big shooters. Kyrie Irving and Tim Hardaway for Jaren Jackson Jr. We're in, baby. We're in. John Morant suspended a long time. That did not sound good last night. That did not sound good. I got to get an ad blocker, man. Hold on. Jaw's missing a lot of time. I'm very intrigued about the details of it. Just hilarious to say. Yeah, it's fucked, man. It's so fucked. Like we don't even want to do it in the middle of the finals. Yeah, they were talking like they were gonna banish him. I don't know what the jaw penalty is going to be, to be honest with you. I can't imagine it's like 40 games. That's what some people were saying. I really can't imagine that. I don't even think the Mavericks have a second round pick to trade, do they? Road to the title. Don't click on Goofy 5-team trades. I'm clicking on it. Oh my god. Let me just see what the Mavericks are doing in this. I always love the ones that say failed on the top. Yeah, the uncovered information part is a little bit concerning. Mavs are getting DeMar and Gordon Hayward, re-signing Markieff Morris, signing Jay Crowder, signing Boban, re-signing Frank Ntilikina, and signing Naz Reid. Tim, wasn't there a trade that was almost identical to this yesterday that we looked at? Mavs trying to help out Luka more by adding the Baddie Watcher. 1 player and 2 picks. Oh my god. Not even a pick they can trade. Could happen. Could. It very seriously could. See, at least the saying as FanSPO user, at least the Mavs are getting a second round pick in return and aren't giving up any picks. Who says no? Kyrie to the Pelicans. Okay. Whoa, Jesus Christ. I mean, the Pelicans definitely say no to this, right? I mean, hell yeah, if I'm the Mavericks. Easily. But yeah, why would the Pelicans do this? Unless they're done with Brandon Ingram. And they want to get like a star? I mean, I don't see a world in which that happens. Could this work for everyone? Here we go. Mavericks are... Okay. How are the Mavericks getting Naz Reid in these scenarios? I don't even think it's possible. Doug McDermott, Mark Williams. Hold on a second. They're giving up Bertans, their 10th overall pick, and Reggie. And in return, they're getting Doug McDermott, Mark Williams, 2 early seconds this year. They're bringing back Kyrie and getting Naz Reid. I mean, yeah, I would for sure do this if I were the Mavericks. I would be okay with this, but I don't like. Okay, so Charlotte's giving up Mark Williams, a very good center who they just spent. What pick was it? The 14th overall pick on. They're also giving up an early second round pick and a future first or 27th overall pick. They're getting the 10th overall pick, Kelly Olynyk, bringing back Miles Bridges, PJ Washington. Why would they do that? Jazz are just taking on 2 not great contracts for nothing. So the Jazz are just taking on Terry Rozier's shit contract. Hornets giving up Rozier Williams and a bunch of picks. Well, Rozier's contract's kind of stinky. I don't know what his value really would be. Mark Williams, though, doesn't make sense. And the Spurs are bringing on Bertans and in exchange getting the 27th overall pick. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're the Spurs, you would probably do this. I mean, you're moving up 6 spots, but you're getting the first-round pick. Am I a sicko for wanting Mark Williams over Miles Turner or Jared Allen? Yeah, a little bit, but I really like Mark Williams, though. I can see where you're coming from. Cheap. Would Dallas consider doing this? 10th overall pick in Bertans for Mitchell Robinson. No. That's a little too rich. 3-way trade. Oh, God. Oh, God. Wait. 5 hours ago? I swear to God we saw this exact trade yesterday. Didn't we? Sorry, I'm late. Huge skin out the office today. Oh, my God. The FBI raided the building. Mavs, Bulls, T-Wolves, Hornets. God. These are so hilarious. All right. Mavs are getting Alex Caruso, Cody Martin, and Nick Richards. Okay. They're signing Reggie Jackson in free agency. Signing Rui Hachimura in free agency. It's $16 million a year, or $18 million a year. Naz Reid in free agency, and Don Sum. Wait, what? Why the fuck would the Bulls do this? Bulls getting a 2026 protected pick, not even possible, but let's just give them the benefit of the doubt and say 2027. For Io and Caruso. Why on earth would they do that? Hornets giving... This was made by a Mavs fan, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Hornets send out Cody Martin, who's not as good as Caleb, and Nick Richards, as well as Gordon Hayward, the 27th overall pick, and 2 good seconds, and in return are getting... Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Holy shit. I didn't even see Cat in here. Okay. All right. Timberwolves trade Cat for JaVale McGee, Gordon Hayward. Oh, my God. This might actually have been made by a Hornets fan. No, this is a very bad trade. Very bad. Back to the drawing board. Orlando Magic offseason. Mavs get Gary Harris for a second-round pick. I would do that. I don't know how that's possible without sending out some salary, but I would gladly do that. Jazz get Brook Lopez, Jay Crowder, Michael Carter-Williams. Oh, declined team option. I was about to say, huh? Bring back Mo Wagner. Goga. Okay. Yeah, they really did try to sneak Cat in there. Pascal to Brooklyn. How are the Mavericks involved here? Let's see. Mavericks get Patty Mills. Just to help facilitate the trade. Siakam to the Nets for Dorian, Cam Thomas, the 21st overall pick, 2 future firsts, and Cam Johnson. That's not a bad return for Siakam, honestly. Yeah, Cam would need to agree. Like, the Mavs can't do this, though. They have to send out salary. That's a lot for Siakam, actually. Who says no? Kyrie. Kyrie says no. Kyrie says fuck no. I'm not going to Utah. God bless Utah. Jazz get Kyrie in a sign and trade and Tim Hardaway for Jordan Clarkson, Colin Sexton, Vernon Carey Jr., and a first. Oh my God, yes, please. This would be great for the Mavericks. Like, that would be a great return in a sign and trade. But sign and trades, Kyrie has to say yes. I haven't paid attention to the accounts. So is there a lot of the same accounts? Just for fun, what do you think? Okay. All right. Let's lock it in. Mavericks are getting Miles Turner, Malik Beasley, Buddy Hield, Jared Vanderbilt, and D'Lo. They give up JaVale McGee. Kyrie Irving goes to the Lakers. Bertans, Tim Hardaway, and a 2027 first. Not bad. If you're going to lose Kyrie, really not that bad. Don't want D'Angelo Russell at all, but you're getting Miles Turner, Vanderbilt, Hield. Hield can replace Tim Hardaway. It's not terrible. JaVale McGee goes to the Lakers. They bring in Rudy Gay. They sign Kyrie. They bring back Tristan Thompson. They bring back Schroeder. I don't know if Schroeder's going to go for $2.8 million. They bring in Seth Curry. Bring back Troy Brown. Bring back Rui. Bring back Reeves. Don't think that's possible, right? I don't think it's possible for them to get Kyrie and bring back Rui. I could be wrong. Pacers give up Miles Turner. Okay, Pacers are giving up Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. In return, they're getting Bertans, Tim, Bamba. 1, 2 firsts. That's not good enough for the Pacers. I don't think they say yes to that. Who says no? Oh, Jesus Christ! Do the Bucks even have this many picks to trade? I don't even think the Bucks can trade these picks. Kyrie and Jane Hardy for Drew and 3 first-round picks. I mean, pretty hard to say no to that. All right. One more, and then we're doing my draft board. Mavs title team. Okay, not happening. Another Harden Sixer offseason. Okay, Royce O'Neal's on. Okay, the Sixers are getting 11 players. Royce O'Neal's on the Mavericks. Let's see. No, I'm not giving up Josh Green for Royce O'Neal. Why the fuck would I do that? Like, I think Josh Green's probably better than Royce O'Neal. Like, why on earth would I do that? Road to the title. 8 players going to the Mavericks. Hey, at least this is the. Oh, God. How would this even be possible? Chris Paul and Ayton to the Mavericks, and they're giving Jeremy Grant $27 million a year? How would that even be possible? And Watanabe, $8.4 million? Jesus Christ. They lose Reggie, Hardaway, Maxey. Are they giving up any picks in this? They're not giving up a single pick in this whole scenario. And I don't see Kyrie. Just so uninterested in Chris Paul. Don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Kyrie to the Rockets for Şengün, Jabari Smith Jr., Ty Washington, and the 4th overall pick. Okay. That'll do it for FanSPO. That'll do it for FanSPO. That's a good one to end off on, I think. God, FanSPO is addicting. It's like so low. It's like such shitty content, but it's also amazing content. No, not Grant Williams. It was Jeremy Grant. No, I want to do my draft big board. We can't overdo FanSPO because after a while it's gonna get really boring and lame. It'll just be a fun thing to check in on from time to time. I have not even done a mock draft for a big board, so we're going all off the top of the head. No, the Rockets wouldn't do that, period. They can just straight up sign Kyrie. They don't need to be giving up anything, let alone the 4th overall pick. I shit you not, I've been working and I just got back in the stream and the first thing I hear is, that's enough for FanSPO. Make your pipe dream FanSPO soon. Should I just go on Bleach Report on Tuesday with a bunch of FanSPO trades? I was thinking about that. Are you doing my fitter talent? So I'm gonna do 2. I'm gonna do Mavericks and I'm just gonna do my overall one. I've really looked into 19 guys. Victor. Scoot. Let's not overthink anything here. Victor commits tax fraud and drops a 10. I'm still taking him with tax fraud with a tax fraud conviction. Easily. Again, white collar crime, easily taking Scoot or Victor number 1. Still. Anything white collar, we could easily work with that. Open up. All right, yeah, this is a complex 9-team trade. I can make this with FanSPO. Why would I do that when I have Google Docs? This is where things get interesting for me immediately. So if this is just a regular big board, is the FanSPO one easier? I don't have an account though. Draft big board creator. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. FanSPO needs to start paying me. I know, right? Chat is loving some FanSPO. I have to make a fucking account, so hold on. Some features might... I'll just log in on my Twitter. Authorize app. We're in, baby. Descriptive name for others to see. Very rough. Slightly biased. Big board. I don't want this shit to be public. Part 1. Parentheses. Only looked at 19 guys so far. Perfect. All right, so number 1, Victor Wembanyama. Boom. Number 2, Scoot. I'm not overthinking this. Scoot Henderson's incredible. Every time I've watched him, I'm like, holy shit, this guy's going to be a fucking stud. I'm not overthinking anything with him. I don't think Brandon Miller is better than him. I think that'd be a massive, massive mistake. Fuck. Would be a massive, massive mistake. Scoot Henderson has legit all-NBA star-level upside. Yeah, and Brandon Miller's ceiling is very low. And this is where I start to get... I think his floor is really high. I like Brandon Miller. I think he could be the 3rd best player on a good team, which is really good. But Scoot, I mean, everything. Absurd athlete, great first step, will put a ton of pressure on the rim, good in pick and rolls, good mid-range pull-up guy, good off ball. His shot will come around. Like, I don't really see the rationale for having him lower than Brandon Miller. It's just not there for me. I think Miller's going 2 in most mock drafts to help Portland get Scoot. You think that shit works? So the guy so Brandon Miller I like a lot. If this were just, it's really hard for me because I'm looking at every prospect through the lens of what the Dallas Mavericks need. And that's definitely having an impact on how I view these guys and how I might rank them. Because I'm very much considering putting Jarris Walker at 3. Very much considering it. I am such a big believer in him. It's unbelievable. He does something that is very, very underrated and slept on by... I know he's not going to go 3. Like, this isn't a mock draft. This is a big board. I know he's not going 3. But like, if the Mavericks got lucky in the lottery and went up to 3, I would want them to trade. I would want them to trade the pick. But if they're going to keep it, I would be very much advocating for Jarris Walker over Brandon Miller, over Amin Thompson. One of the best defenders in the draft. Incredibly versatile defender. Good team defender. Shot 38% on catch and shoot threes. Unguarded catch and shoot threes. Could guard 3 through 5. Solid rebounder. His playmaking upside is fucking crazy, man. But he can shoot. I don't understand this. He can't shoot. Yes, he can. He can shoot well enough. And he's insane in the short roll. He does something that's very, very slept on, I think, which is be a creative 4. Or not a creative 4, sorry. A connective 4. Who you give him the ball in the pick and roll, he'll make the right decision. You swing a pass to him, he'll make the right decision. Very slept on. Very, very slept on as a player. He's not going to be a knockdown shooter, but it's there. Like, I don't really see the shooting weakness. Like, I see the shooting weaknesses. He's not going to be like a pull-up, off the dribble, 3-point from 35 feet guy. But, like, I think he's solid enough there. Well, it'll be fine. But his problem is he doesn't like finishing through contact at all, which is scary. He doesn't like finishing through contact, which is very scary. But I think he's got, like, maybe the highest floor in the draft, maybe? Outside of Wemby. I'm super high on him. Like, I'm a massive Jarris Walker fan. Massive. There's no chance he's going to be there for the Mavericks at 10. No chance at all. But do I put Brandon Miller over him? Brandon Miller, an incredible shooter. Physical. Or, I'm sorry, needs to get more physical. But really good shooter. There's upside as a creator. Has a pretty good handle for his size. Can be a solid defender. Like, he's just a good player. I don't think he has a super high ceiling. But neither does Jarris Walker, really. Someone tell you look like an old Zeta Jones. Jeez. Zeta Jones. What are we doing, guys? Will Brandon Miller have a better career than Keegan Murray? I think he's got more upside than Keegan. I'll go Brandon Miller at 3 still. Just know I don't love it. Actually, fuck it, man. It's my mock draft. It's mine. It's mine. I got to put my stamp on something. It's the slightly biased mock draft. I'm not conforming to the need. I'll go Brandon Miller 4 comfortably. I've actually seen, just from, I think I talked about this yesterday or the last stream, just some like Twitter people, not like anybody, but like Twitter draft people. Brandon Miller on like big boards be like 10th. I don't really see that. You see in the playoffs, if you can't shoot, you're almost worthless. I think Jarris Walker can be fine enough as a shooter. He's not going to be like great. He did shoot 26% on drives though. Like, there's some concerns with Jarris Walker. Don't get me wrong, but Okay, now for 5. Here's where things get interesting. I go back and forth on Cam Whitmore a lot, but I like him. I like him. There's a lot of like playmaking stuff that's very concerning. You know, feel for the game level stuff. That concerns me. But a crazy athlete can get to the rim. Very good driver. Finishes through contact. Yeah, more turnovers and assists is very tough. But again, I don't really watch college basketball. But I've seen a lot of people say that was more a product of Villanova. Or not Villanova. Where did he go? Did he go to Villanova? Yeah, Villanova. That was more of a product of the team he was on. But he's a good off-ball player. Gets really bad tunnel vision, but that is stuff you could kind of iron out at the next level. I'm going Cam Whitmore at 5. I like Cam Whitmore. I see the vision with Cam Whitmore. Whereas the Thompson twins are, it takes a little bit more convincing for me with them. Next up, I'm starting to really like this guy. Really like this guy. Very great playmaker. Very quick decision maker. Very slept on trait. Quick decision making. You could see teams absolutely prioritize that shit now. Plays good in the pick and roll. Great defender. Great defender. Could guard 3 different positions. Very good team defender. Again, a very slept on. Very, very slept on trait. Guess what? I want you guys to start guessing who I'm talking about when I describe these players before. Really, one of his few weaknesses, his three-point shooting has to get better. There is some legit concerns about his creation in the half court. It is Anthony Black. Oh, fuck. What did I just do? It is Anthony Black. I like his game a lot. 6'7". Oh, I am. I'm really not a believer in the. I wouldn't say not a believer. I'm about to put the Thompson twins here, but they scare me, dude. Did you guys see that video going around yesterday of a men's shot? That shit is broken. It would be a basketball miracle if that shot gets fixed. It would be a fucking miracle if that shot gets fixed. It would be a basketball miracle. And he would, I mean, to be fair though, he would be a really great player if that shot came around. It does matter though. I know his finishing is incredible and he's an absurd athlete, but it does matter. It does. It matters for Anthony Black too, but in Anthony Black's defense, I saw him play in the SEC. Yeah, but Anthony Black played in the SEC. The Thompson twins played against toddlers. Okay? They played against fucking toddlers. I think Sir Thompson might be better. Like, I kind of like him a little bit better as a prospect right now because his shot is better. Yeah, Anthony Black is an incredible team player offensively and defensively. Incredible. A team's going to be very happy with Anthony Black. And teams can be very happy with the Thompson twins. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna go just a little bit. I've seen things that say teams have it like this, where Sar is higher than Amin. I'm in. That's like one of those names where my mouth just refuses to say correctly. I watch his vlog. He seems like a good kid. Who? I mean, here's one of the things though that for the Thompson twins that bodes well in their favor. According to everybody, they are incredibly hard workers. Which bodes well in their favor. I'm low on Black because of his shooting form. It's so ugly. And so are the Thompson twins. I'm a big believer in floor. I think that's something that gets overlooked, like underlooked. I think that's something that gets overlooked a tiny bit because people fall in love with ceiling, but floor, like high floor players can often become really high, like higher ceilings than people pin them in for. I want Black, Dick, and Dallas in that order. You guys have already clipped me once. All right. Sorry. Asar just, like, he's a better shooter. Great defender. Can be a great defender. Obscenely good athlete. Like, they both are incredible athletes. Can defend 1 through 3. Good playmaker on defense. Great off-ball player. Like, that's also a reason why I like him a little bit more. Is his brother played deep, like, on-ball point guard. And he played off-ball. But he also has some legit playmaking upside, too. But we've already seen him play off ball. But like he struggled to create separation against these fucking 16-year-olds. It's a little scary for me. It's a little scary for me, to say the least. Averaged the same amount of assists with less on-ball time. And he like won the MVP twice, didn't he, in these leagues? I do see the upside. Like, I get it. I think they have gigantic bust potential, though. But if they hit, if their ceiling gets reached, like, it's legitimate. Like, they're going to be some of the better players in the NBA. Cason Wallace is another high floor guy? Yeah. Now, who do I want at 9? It's between Taylor Hendricks, Grady Dick, who I do like. I like Cason Wallace a lot. Keontae George and Nick Smith both kind of are archetypes that I'm not really a fan of. Jordan Hawkins, great shooter, but outside of that, Kobe Buffkin I like a lot. I really like Kobe Buffkin. Jalen Hood-Schifino, weird player. I have watched Jalen Hood-Schifino. I did that earlier this morning. Strange player. I like him, though. Leonard Miller. I like, too. Not here for 9, though. Bryce Sensabaugh, Derek Lively, neither of those guys. So, Taylor Hendricks shot 40% in the half court on layup attempts. Not a very good creator. His handle's going to need some work. Limited as a passer, which is why I give Jarris Walker the nod over him. Because that playmaking is serious. We're hearing an elbow injury forced Jarris Walker to cancel his pro day, so it'll be interesting to hear who he's able to work out over the next few weeks. Yeah, that's actually a big one because I saw some people say that Jarris Walker like missed out on some private workouts, and some people speculated that meant he got like a promise with a top 5 team and was done working out. But I've heard Jarris may have a promise from Detroit. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That wouldn't shock me. Like, that would be nice for Detroit, honestly. Like, that would be disgusting for them. I could see them like wanting to go a higher upside player, like Whitmore or one of the Thompson twins. But Jarris Walker next to Cade, that would be fucking sick. He kind of could be like a better Isaiah Stewart, honestly. One of the best defenders. I think I'm gonna go. I'm going Grady Dick here. I'm going Grady Dick. Oh God. I want Black, Dick, and Dallas in that order. I want Black. Fuck you, dude. What up, Kevin? I think I'm going to go Grady Dick here. I think his defensive stuff is kind of overstated. You guys want to hear this stat? 56% on transition threes. That is just so stupid. That is so fucking stupid. Lights out shooter in transition. Great movement shooter. But what separates him, like Jordan Hawkins, what separates them is one, Grady Dick is taller. I was going to say bigger, but I'm really needing to watch my words now. Grady Dick is taller. And he's a good playmaker. Like won't be like an on-ball guy, but a good connector, good team offensive player. And like his defensive stuff, it's not great, and teams did target him, but I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be. I really don't. I think a lot of his defensive stuff can be taught out of him. I like him a lot. I don't know how much sense it makes for the Mavericks, so to speak, but a team like the Magic, it would make a ton of sense for them to take a... No, because Clay in his prime was a legit, incredible perimeter defender. I don't think Grady Dick will ever get there. Grady has defensive awareness problems, but he's good at defending from a disadvantage. Strange combination. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of his defensive woes can be taught out of him. Now, I got to go... I almost want to go Kobe Buffkin here. Why am I so low on Taylor Hendricks? Am I overthinking this? I think I am. I'm overthinking this. I'm a Buffkin guy though. I think I might go Buffkin over Wallace. I'll explain why in a bit. Taylor Hendricks, one of the best defenders in the class. Great shot blocker. Good team defender, too. Good motor. Switchable in pick and rolls. Just a modern defender. Could be a great 4 on defense. 40% on catch and shoot threes. Great pick and pop shooter. Good athlete. Great in transition. But not a creator at all. His handle needs some work. Had some struggles finishing at the rim, which is a little scary. Hendricks is Vanderbilt with shot blocking and three-pointer. Well, that would be a great player. Would you trade our 2027 first and 10 for Jarris? I would trade. Oh God. If we had more first round picks to play around with, I would easily do that. OKC offered 3 of their first round picks for 10. Would you take it? They'll need to get off their picks eventually. They have way too many. Are we like moving back with them? They're only what, 4 spots behind the Mavericks? Are they only 2 spots? They're 12, aren't they? I'd only do that after. I want the Mavericks to pick in this year's draft. I like Taylor Hendricks. I'm admittedly not as high on him as I was earlier. I think it's because, like, Jarris Walker just, to me, is blown. Like, it's just like, oh, I would easily do 12 and 2 future picks. I don't think the Thunder would, though. All right, next I think I am going Kobe Buffkin over Case and Wallace. That's my dilemma here. I really love both of these guys. But Case and Wallace has enough creation questions that scare me a little bit, where it's like, if those don't get ironed out, he's really going to struggle offensively, you know? But if he does get better at those, he's so good defensively that like he'll be a good player no matter what. Kobe Buffkin, 71% at the rim, great finisher, attacks closeouts, puts pressure on the rim, good in the pick and roll, a good pull-up shooter. His step back looks good. Good passer, great passer in the pick and roll, great team playmaker, great ball mover, 40% from 3 in the last 28 games of the season, great point of attack defender, could defend 3 different positions. I'm like, the more I learn about Kobe Buffkin, I'm like, holy shit. And his name is fucking Kobe. Like, if your name is Kobe and it's spelt right, I'm not talking about Kobe White. Your name is spelt right, you need to be a baller. You need to be a baller. He's like one of the most well-rounded prospects in this class, though. He needs to get a little bit stronger. There's some self-creation stuff for him. But he's like incredibly polished. And like his floor is like a solid rotational guard, which is good. A lot of people say Derek White. I think there's some sneaky like big time upside for him though. Again, these low floor guys, their upside gets slept on. I have to speed this process up. Okay. I am going Buffkin here. Oh, we got 2 Kobes in this draft. I'm going Buffkin here and Kaysen after him. I do love Kaysen Wallace. Like, if you think Kyrie might be leaving, I would be very okay with either of these guys. I think Kobe makes a little bit more sense for the Mavericks. Kaysen is a dog on defense, though. Like, unbelievably good. Like, if Marcus Smart won a Defensive Player of the Year, Kaysen Wallace could win a Defensive Player of the Year. All right, now where do we go? Part of me's feeling Leonard Miller. I like Leonard Miller. He's a little bit raw though. I like Hawkins. Elite shooter, absurd shooter. But not much a ball in the hands guy. I haven't really looked into Chris Murray yet. He's one of the next ones. Derek Lively has a chance to be around here. But there are some concerns with him offensively, like some big time ones. Bryce Sensabaugh is a walking fucking bucket. His tape is insane. His like highlights and stuff. His offensive game is crazy. But his defense is terrible. Absolutely horrible. So I don't really know what to do with him. Yeah, I'm excited to get into the European guys. I'm not going to pull the highlights. I really don't have much time. I really need to hurry here. Jalen Hood-Schifino is interesting. His true shooting is like 40% or 47% or something, which is really bad. But I kind of liked his game. Like, it looked good. He kind of passed the eye test for me. Mavs get Jared Allen and Pat Will. Cavs get THJ and Caruso. Bulls get Okoro, JaVale, and Tin. Yeah, I would easily do that. Sensabaugh got such a bag. He's probably the most. He has the deepest bag out of anybody in this draft class, I think. I don't think that's crazy to say. Who do I go with here? The Nick Smith and Keontae George. I just don't like those archetypes at all, dude. At all. I think I'm going Leonard Miller. He's a little raw, but he's got a lot of tools that I like. And he was doing it in the G League, which I respect. The archetype really only works if you're a Trey, and Trey isn't even Treying to the best degree right now. And then I think I'll go Jordan Hawkins here. I do have some like concerns with him, but everyone at this point has some concerns, obviously. Then I'll go Lively. The thing about Lively is offensively, it is bad. I know the shooting in the gym stuff was really great, and he did it in college or in high school, but like he was almost like scared. He was almost like scared. He didn't really touch the ball at all. But he fits the Mavericks' needs to a fucking T, though. Like he's all of his weaknesses don't even matter for what the Mavericks need. I think I'll go Jalen Hood-Schifino here, who I do like. He's a weird player. He does a lot of things you would really like. Like, he's amazing in the pick and roll, but there's just a lot that's just like in his stats. He's like statistical profile has never translated ever. Has never translated. So it's a weird player. Like, he passes the eye test in a lot of ways. Yeah, I've seen him go in top 10s. I've seen him go. I like the eye test. It kind of passes for him, but the numbers are just weird. I don't know. A strange player. I think I'll go Sensabaugh next, who I do like, but the defense is a little shaky for me, man. But his offensive bag is insane. Like, he's a walking bucket. At first, I didn't think I was going to like him because I knew he was a tough shot taker. And usually those guys can really, really not pan out. They can really, really not pan out. But I think it'll work for him. He's just too good. That little mid-range turnaround fall-away shot, crazy. And then, okay, what do we do with Keontae George and Nick Smith? Keontae George had a 1-to-1 turnover ratio. I know Nick Smith was hurt. Both of these guys sort of have the same problems. Tunnel vision, poor playmaking, poor decision-making, questionable defense. These are your Jordan Pooles. These are your Jordan Poole type players that you guys know I'm really not fans of. Yeah, highlights you can sell yourself on anybody, really. Keontae George gets regularly blown by. Needs, like, both of these guys need to go to a place where, like, a team doesn't care if they fuck around. I kind of think I like Nick Smith a little bit more. I kind of think I like Nick Smith a tiny bit more than Keontae George. Because Nick Smith's got that little runner that's like automatic. I'll go Nick Smith and then Keontae George. Not like overly high on either of those guys. But that's just, to be fair though, that's not really the type of player I like. So this is my current, and I'll update it. Guys will move up and down. Save. I don't want to share it. And I don't want it to be public either. Now, really quickly before I leave. Really quickly. George played better in every aspect of college ball, but I still pick Nick Smith over him. Well, Nick Smith was like hurt though. That's like the big thing for Nick Smith. Where it's like, well, Nick Smith was hurt. Can I create another one? Draft board name. Mavericks big board. This is what I hope the Mavericks big board looks like. I'm only going to go over guys who like I've seen fall to 10 in mock drafts. And I'll add a SAR to that, a SAR, a SER, even though I don't think it's happening. I've seen Cam Whitmore go as low as 11. He's not going to be that low. All right, this would be a miracle. Can I not make a separate one? All right, whatever. I'll just do it on a Google Doc. This would need to be a miracle. Would need to happen. But Jarris Walker, number 1, absolutely not even close. Nobody's even remotely close outside of that. Then I think I would go. Taylor Hendricks. He does fit a lot of your needs. Like those two guys are just the type of players that you need. I would be cool. I don't think Anthony Black's definitely going top 7, I think. But I would be cool with Anthony Black. This is a round after those 3. I'm like, okay. Grady Dick fits a lot of needs. Even though apparently they wouldn't like him. I think they would like Leonard Miller over him, personally. I just don't see a SAR falling that far. If a SAR does fall, I would put him here. He fits what the Mavericks need a little tiny bit more than Anthony Black, who like will be better with the ball in his hands a lot. If that makes sense. I feel like anybody after this would be a mistake. Lively scares me. Maybe you throw Lively. Oh man, I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about Lively. I think I'd go Lively here, actually. I really like Anthony Black's game. It doesn't make a lot of sense on the Mavericks though, but after this, you really have no business taking any of these guys. Like, Cason Wallace just doesn't make a lot of sense on your team. The Nick Smith, Keontae George. I've seen Nick Smith mock to the Mavericks. God. All right, I really have to leave. I streamed longer than I needed to. Sorry for the rushed ending. Anyways, I'm gonna clip me reacting to the AM Hoops thing and post it on this channel tomorrow. So just be on the lookout for that. And I'll be back on Monday. I'll be back live on Monday. Thank you guys for tuning in. It was a fun stream. I will talk to you guys again. Video coming up tomorrow. Don't miss it. I'll talk to you guys again on Monday. I love you guys. All of the oh my god, I forgot my outro. All of the OGs, thank you guys very much. Could have spent your Friday afternoon anywhere in the world. You decided to spend it here. I love you. New subscribers, I promise you guys will not regret it. Regular content on the channel. Members, donations, thank you guys so much. You never have to do that, but it helps me out tremendously. It makes me feel so good. I love you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll be live again on Monday. Video tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.